Right then, welcome to Happy Hungry Hibby. Yes, what we're going to bring you this week is exclusive cookbook review. The very much anticipated cookbook from actually Tim Spector himself. So I've really been looking forward to this coming out. It's been in the pipeline for quite some time. Now the Zoe programme is actually a personalised nutrition programme, and Tim Spector himself is actually the publisher of this book. Now I've actually covered a video on the nutritional Zoe programme, and I've actually participated in that study to look at my own personalised nutrition and also gut flora, and this is basically what this is all about. Zoe also has a podcast which you can listen to. By no means I am a sponsor of Zoe, and in fact I have actually done a negative review of one of the products from Zoe. Now I'm not actually sure how much participation Tim Spector had on this, but I am a big fan of his work in general. It's always very factual and unbiased, and I'm actually a big fan of all his books and read all of them. So yes, do check out my video where I've covered my own review of the Zoe nutrition program. I don't participate that in anymore, but I believe that you can use that as a tool to look at the sort of things to promote your personalised nutrition, sort of foods that suit you in terms of your blood sugars and things like that. It is a great way to measure things. Now just going back to this review of this, you can check that out. It's a completely honest review, and I was really not a fan of this. I really do think it's overpriced. Do check out the review. Now there's one thing I do actually want to state. Now Zoe has actually redeemed himself from this review I've done. They've covered an actual recipe at the back of this showing you how to make this at home, which I believe is actually a very, very good deed and something they should do. I understand Zoe is becoming a bit of a brand, but the honesty goes a long way. Now I do love the illustrations of this book. It's really well made. You can actually buy this off the likes of Amazon. It's really well illustrated, and I really do like the contents of this. You've really got a big section of an introduction into Zoe. It's looking at my journey for the food for life, back to basics, the 6 principles of foods for life, and how to use this book. It's very well thought out. I really do like the context. I like the colours, the style. It's very interesting to read. It's not just a cookbook, but also something to look at for nutrition. Now the breakdown of this book is everyday essentials, mornings, 15-minute meals, vibrant salads, which is fantastic, satisfying mains, cupboard raid. This is becoming a very big topic now in cookbooks, in particular Ottolenghi. Do check out my reviews of Ottolenghi's cookbooks. That's the general premise of what my recipe first did, was to show you how to make easy meals which are healthy. Entertaining sweet treats, snacks, and then the score boosters, and that's what I want to look at. And this is where it shows you how to make these kind of products here, which are, again, over £10 for this. And it's just simple things like this. The sweet and savoury nuts, curry cashews, really easy. 5 basic ingredients. I do love to do this with my own nuts. I've done a recipe from actually Tara Wigley and Sammy Tamimi from the Fasting Cookbook. That is absolutely amazing. I've actually done my own recipe, which is very similar. But it's just this, things like this, which is really good. The soy roasted seeds. And here we are at the boosters, which is the good thing. And it's here, the seed mixed sprinkle, a nut crumb, boosting bouillon, which is a form of lentil, tempeh crumble, which is absolutely really good. Looking forward to doing this. Sweet crispy grains, savoury crispy grains, cashew cream, which is very basic but very good. A mixed apple cider vinegar pickle. This is fantastic. The 4 different dressings using ferments, and this is a big component of this book. Sauerkraut dressing, kefir dressing, kimchi dressing, miso dressing, all fermented food products. And then you get to the index at the end. Now I actually wanted to cover that as an introduction because this book does remind me of a little bit like Dr. Greger and his books, How Not to Die and How Not to Diet cookbooks. And what that does, it shows you at the end of how to make booster things and also as flavour bombs. And this was also a big component of Ottolenghi's cookbooks as well. So this is a kind of like a combination between sort of an Ottolenghi style cookbook with the likes of Dr. Greger, but not going completely all out on the whole food plant-based extreme front, and that is kind of like what I'm really sort of trying to adapt now. I do limit the use of salt, and I absolutely avoid sugars, in particular the processed sugars, but also processed oils. Now, whole food plant-based doesn't even allow the likes of extra virgin olive oil, and this book does use that. Now, I am actually starting to turn that sort of chapter of the recipes that I cover, and I'm starting to use a small amount of extra virgin olive oil, preferably as more of a cold sort of dressing, and I try not to cook too much with that. Also trying to use things like my Ninja air fryer as much as possible. So yes, let's delve into this book. It's absolutely brilliant. I do give it a solid 9 out of 10. I really do like it. And my big question is, would I buy it? Well, yes, I already have, but my recommendations, would I recommend for you to buy it? Now, I do have a lot of cookbooks, some that are not great, but this is an absolutely essential book to get. If you are looking for not just healthy, sort of Middle Eastern style Mediterranean food that is also educating you, this is essential. It's absolutely brilliant. So just looking at the introduction here, the introduction goes on for 57 pages, so you pretty much have a great context of looking into all the different things. Really educational, really illustrative, really easy to understand for beginners. Yes, I have studied food science and nutrition at university, and it has been a long passion of mine, but to beginners of this, it is really easy to understand. And also I really do like the part on how it goes to how to use this book as well. Again, it reminds me very much of the Ottolenghi style books, and of course, yes, the aubergine, which is Ottolenghi's possibly favourite veg. Shows you how to do fridge raids and things like that. Commonly asked questions: should I buy organic, fresh, peeling? What oil should I cook with, which we just discussed before? What is my one portion of my 30 plants a week? Obsessions with beans and pulses. Yeah, it comes on to everyday essentials now. Sauerkraut, how to make the basics, kimchi. I have actually covered a lot of fermented recipes, so please do check that out. Very, very passionate on that. Even, water kefir and things like that. Seeded soda bread, cinnamon pecan granola, nut and seed loaf. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah, so we go on to mornings, and then we have Tim's breakfast bowl, Herbie pea pancakes, raspberry lemon pancakes, green shakshuka. I have covered that. It's fantastic. From the Falastin cookbook, black bean avocado toast, probiotic Berkshire, sauerkraut frittata, spicy pear porridge. Fantastic. It is really good. Miso spinach eggs. Yes, it looks simple, but it's absolutely fantastic. And again, this is why I'm saying it's very similar to the Ottolenghi, because within his simple cookbook, you cover things like that, which I've actually done a video of, the avocado on toast with the tomato salsa, sweet corn fritters. And then you get on to your 15-minute meals, a really good chapter. Creamy kale pasta, I'm really looking forward to covering that. Smashed pea bowl, hazelnut gremolata, sweet corn salad, tahini miso beans. 3 different ways you can do that. I really do like this, very Ottolenghi style. Caccia pepper, chickpeas, a different variation of that. Again, just to prove that, he's actually referenced Ottolenghi here. Inspired by Yotam Ottolenghi's dish of a similar name, we've taken a classic Roman pasta dish and served it with chickpeas instead of pasta. Superb. Artichoke butter beans, green goddess chickpea sandwich, kale and cashew soup. Look at that, it's fantastic. Spinach wraps with roasted pepper, instant noodles, fair-curried chickpeas, seeded bruschetta 3 ways, harissa mushrooms, tricolor, kimchi broccoli. Then we go on to vibrant salads, butter bean Caesar, pomegranate lentil soup. Look at that, it looks absolutely amazing. Roasted broccoli tahini salad, aubergine noodle salad, green and bean salad. Sounds simple, but amazing. Red pepper quinoa salad, pomegranate tabbouleh, again very Middle Eastern. I've actually covered a fantastic recipe from Ottolenghi and shown different variations from cookbooks, so I'm really interested in looking at that. But pomegranate and also parsley and mint are the core components of this recipe along with bulgur wheat. But I like the little interpretations here to include chives and dill, just to make it very fresh. Polyphenol salad, look at the colours on that. Always good to pack different colours within your diet. Carrot and fennel salad with halloumi, prebiotic Greek salad, bulgur wheat bowl, kale mushroom salad. And then we come on to satisfying mains. Now the one key thing that I really do like about this, it is a more like a plant-based book. Absolutely limits the use of dairy, just in the form of sort of the odd cheese. But the good thing about it is there is no meat. Now, the Zoe program doesn't eliminate the use of meat by any means, but this book is really heading towards the plant-based part of that sort of lifestyle, which is more towards being whole food plant-based entirely rather than just vegetarian or vegan. No, it's really a showcase of plants, which I do like. So looking at the satisfying mains part, you've got aubergine parmigiana. I've actually covered the recipe of this from Mottolenghi from the Flavour Cookbook. Do check that out. Brilliant. Looking forward to doing that variation. Cashew cream green curry, mushroom stroganoff with butter bean mash, diversity dal, artichoke and olive tray bake. Every single recipe comes with a photo pretty much, and that is something that I always do strive to have in any cookbook that I buy. 11 plant orzo, fantastic. Aubergine schnitzel, look at that. It's basically roasting an aubergine and then creating it into a schnitzel. I've not seen that before. Fantastic. And just look at the use of the sauerkraut and stuff like that. Asparagus pearl barley risotto, courgette butter beans with tomato salsa, harissa tispi tray bake, broccoli and walnut orecchiette. I've just actually covered a recipe on there from Mottolenghi's new comfort cookbook. Absolutely brilliant. So it's a very similar sort of processes. Instead of using the hazelnuts, it uses walnuts. And then we get on to the cupboard raid, and that's where we look at always there risotto, black bean meatballs, pea soup with crispy caper chickpeas, sweet corn and spinach dal, minestrone, artichoke and sun-dried tomato stew, coconut spinach lentils, anchovy and artichoke pasta. This is the first time I've seen a reference to an animal product, which is obviously fish, but it does pack a flavour. Braised beans and greens. And we get on to the entertaining part, which is I'm very intrigued by. Roasted aubergine tray bake, Juno's lasagna, roasted squash with toasted grains. Look at that, the roasted cauliflower, which I've done a lot of recipes. Please do check that out. Very much my style. I love this book. It's absolutely brilliant. Mushroom and leek tart, black bean chili, harissa and hazelnut roast, whole roasted cauliflower as it demonstrated before with a nice dressing. And you've got bulgur wheat with aioli. And then we get on to sweet treats. So something very difficult to do for whole food plant-based. Pecan chocolate cookies, beetroot brownies, lemon pistachio loaf, chocolate olive oil mousse. Again, it's just very, very Ottolenghi style. It's just that sort of format. And then carrot cake with tahini orange frosting, chia lemon pots, mixed berry clafouti, apple pecan strudel, raspberry granola crumble, very nice cream, very popular now. And we get on to the final part, which is the snacks, which is recharge bars, beet hummus with seeded crackers, courgette flatbreads. Look at that, fantastic. Chocolate spread, just some spread to make. You can put in a jar and use when you want. And then we come on to the sweet and savoury nuts. Final one, herb and halloumi falafel and dark chocolate bar. Again, something that was covered in the Flavour Cookbook from Mottolenghi. So yes, not sure what Mottolenghi would think of this, and I'm sure he's absolutely fine with it. So yes, I would absolutely recommend this. It is an absolute stellar book, and I would urge you to go and buy your own copy. But please do check out my playlist, because I will be covering recipes from this in the future. Fantastic. So take care, everyone. Hope you enjoyed my review. Please do subscribe. Lots of love and passion going into this show. I've also done a playlist for lots of cookbook reviews, so do check that out there. Take care, everyone. Goodbye.